Cool. Hello, Joaquin. In 2000, what year is it going to be? I'm terrible at math now. 2035. Hopefully you're still terrible at math. No, hopefully you're better at math. You're kind of improving through this because it would be a lie to you if I were to try to present myself as a little more organized. But I guess there's three parts to this. I'll just reintroduce myself. I'm Joaquin. I'm 23 right now. I work in commercials and music videos, which sounds exciting to you, maybe, if you forgot, but you do a lot of paperwork. So it's not that exciting, but you're getting your start, which is nice. You live in Los Angeles. You have a lot of friends on Facebook, which is really important right now. You check that a lot. You should stop. Hopefully you've stopped. Maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe the internet doesn't exist anymore. Hopefully it does, because you're seeing this. Yeah. So I've come up with a few lists. You like lists a lot right now at 23. Hopefully you still do. There's things that are important to you now, so it maybe they will be important to you in the future. This weird tense thing, the present and the future tense. I don't know what is now, actually. But now, in 2010, these are the things you like. And I guess I'll kind of explain them to you. And, maybe you'll still like them. This is a good, it's a snapshot, this. So we'll see. And I've tried to be as honest with you as possible and tried to not be too hip. So I'm not going to be mentioning, I don't know, Rah Rah Riot or the Dirty Projectors, because you don't like them that much. But hopefully, I don't know. So your favorite movies right now, top 5, no particular order. Star Wars. Hopefully that's still the case, because come on. You pretty much stopped dating a girl last year because she had never seen Star Wars. Well, no, that's not the case. She said to you that she'd never seen Star Wars, and you were like, oh, that's weird. And she said, oh, is that weird? And then you said, no, it's just those are really important parts of my life. And she said, why? And that's why you broke up with her. And she was vegan, so, Annie Hall, you have a poster of that in your room right now. It's French. It's great. You love Woody Allen. 8.5. That got you into college. An essay about that a few years ago. It's a plane. Hopefully those still exist. Spaceships, maybe. Hard Day's Night. You'd like the Beatles a lot. More on that in a second. And the Royal Tenenbaums. You like Wes Anderson a lot. So did a lot of people at your college. And who will be in the room with you right now, maybe, possibly. Music, your top 5 favorite bands at 23. The Beatles, they were music before you even knew what bands were. You've been listening to them since you were 2. You just saw Paul McCartney like 2 weeks ago. It was like the best show of your life. You cried during Let It Be, which is acceptable, because you're comfortable with your masculinity. Weezer. Their last few albums have been terrible, but they were pretty important to you. Maybe they still will be. Death Cab for Cutie. Maybe that'll make you think of an ex-girlfriend that I won't mention now. Hopefully it'll just be in the recesses of your mind. Beulah. Awesome. And Belle and Sebastian. That might be you being hip. Your 5th favorite band might be Wings. I don't know about that. Television. The Office, the UK edition, not the American one. That's not you being cool. You genuinely you're an Anglophile. You like British people a lot. The Adventures of Pete and Pete. That's from when you were a kid. Hopefully you still like that. Freaks and Geeks. Judd Apatow, if he's still around. That was his. Remember that? Okay. The Simpsons. That's you being very honest, because otherwise you would have put South Park. But really, in the end, The Simpsons. And, Seinfeld. Apparently you're Jewish. Books. The Great Gatsby. Catcher in the Rye. Apparently you haven't read books since sophomore year of high school. But There's 2 comics on here, one being Understanding Comics and Why the Last Man. You really like those. Those are kept you from getting laid a lot in your 20s, but we'll see how that works out. And a heartbreaking work of staggering genius. Pretentious, but good. Job, Joaquin. All right, we're gonna change it up. So these next 2, one here's as a contrast, your top 5 pet peeves. So number 1, Nazis. Fascism in general, I guess, but Nazis, not cool. The texture of onions. You like the taste of them, but not the texture. Being unnecessarily wet. People not signaling when they drive, and hot girls calling themselves dorks. That really irritates you right now. And what I mean by that is like when you see a interview with Cameron Diaz. She was famous a long time ago, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm such a dork because I eat so much Haagen-Dazs." That's not dorky. Dorky is the fact that you currently own the entire run of the Ultimate Comics imprint. That's really dorky. Not Cameron Diaz. And here, just hopefully, maybe you're married now. These are the top 5, your 5 favorite things about women as a 23-year-old. Number 1, they smell nice. Hopefully that's still the case. Summer dresses. You love those. You appreciated those when you moved to Boston for college. It'd be cold, and then it'd be spring, and then they'd wear the summer dresses, and secretly, and I guess not so secretly, this is playing in a full room of people, but I would imagine they're really comfortable, not to say I ever want to wear them. Pretty eyes, that's number 5. That's pretty self-explanatory. And I guess 3 and 4 are related, the way they laugh and the way they banter with you. You really appreciate that. This all seems like surface level stuff, but ultimately you're kind of girl crazy right now. So hopefully that works out. Third part of this, I guess, and this is getting long, so sorry, you're long-winded. I'll just give you a rough idea of my 10-year plan, and then you can kind of contrast with what actually happened. I live in LA right now. You're directing a few music videos for negative money. So first part of that, get paid to do that. And then hopefully, I don't know, features one day. You're kind of hoping to make a teen comedy, like not like, not the Breakfast Club or something. It's just something like 14-year-olds like. Your high ambitions is to eventually move to New York and do that for a few years, just to say you did. And then if you don't get married, move to England to find a wife. Because once again, you love English people and English girls. So that's pretty much it. That and you hope to one day win the hearts of the British people and be able to make a trilogy of films based on the lives of the Beatles in 3 parts, kind of like Lord of the Rings, but with the Beatles. Hopefully you did that. No, I don't know. Where are you? You're 48 right now, so maybe you're still 4 years away from that. But hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you don't think I'm too much of a jackass, or that these pants are too tight, or that your haircut's ridiculous. But considering we've had this haircut for the last 23 years, still probably the same, unless you're bald, because apparently that runs on your mom's side, and you know they're all pretty much bald. So hopefully you're rocking like a hat and a bald look. But hi, and hi to everybody else that's around in this room with you in 25 years. Hello from 2010. This is Joaquin at 23 signing off.